Hey y'all, it's Kirsten here, and I am back today with another recipe. Today is a dessert recipe. It's something a little bit different for me, so I'm excited to share with you. It's a blueberry crunch cake, and basically this is a recipe that I grew up with. My mom used to make it, and she actually got the recipe from her manager, and it was something that they would have at their potlucks or parties at work. So I'm just going to share with y'all because it's something that I really enjoy and that I love as a dessert, and it's perfect with ice cream. It's perfect for any like potluck or church event or a party that you have to take something to, like a covered dessert. So I'm going to share with you how I made it, and I hope you like it and enjoy it. I'm enjoying all the comments and interacting with y'all. And if you could just like, comment, and subscribe. I'm thankful for 1,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me, and I plan on getting more videos out to you guys. I'm so excited for what this channel is going to bring to y'all. So, alright, let's get into the video. Okay, let's get started. I'm starting off with 1.5 cups of blueberries. And I'm just going to cover that with some water. And also pouring in 1.5 cups of sugar. And I want to just stir that around a little bit and bring it to a nice boil. So everything's starting to heat up. My blueberries are getting nice and glossy so they can start to pop. And the sugar is infusing it, making it nice and sweet. And we're just going to let them continue to cook down for the base of this dish. Alright, my blueberries are basically done. They're starting to pop, and you want to look just like this. Okay, so now we want to thicken those blueberries up. So I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of flour. And to that flour, I'm going to be adding just enough water to make it loose, like a slurry. Not too thick, not too thin. I'll show you the consistency. So I'm just now kind of like whisking it all up, the flour and water. And this is kind of like how you would kind of make a gravy. So same concept, but this is sweet, and this is going to be our thickening agent. And your blueberries are still going to be a little bit thin, which you still want, because when we make this blueberry crunch cake, the cake mix and is going to absorb some of that moisture. So my slurry looks like this. That's the perfect consistency. So now I'm just going to stir that in and continue to stir while I pour it in, because I don't want clumps. So we're just going to mix it, stir it. And there we go. She's looking beautiful, shiny, and blue. This is so good by itself. I could eat this over some pancakes or some biscuits, anything. Moving on to the next step, I just put a stick of butter into a bowl, and I'm going to melt that down. It's all melted. Now I'm just grabbing a baking dish, and I'm going to pour in that melted butter all into the bottom of that baking dish. So now on top of the melted butter, I'm just going to add 1/2 can of crushed pineapple, and we want to keep the juice. So I'm just scooping it on top, and I'm just going to spread it out. Spread it out real evenly and real good. I love this dessert. It is so delicious. It's quick and easy, and it's perfect. Perfect for spring, summer, picnics, potlucks, birthdays, anything. Just at home, a quick and easy dessert that you can make and just enjoy. So I'm pouring my blueberries on top now. And like I said before, the blueberries are still going to be a little bit soupy, even though we added that thickening agent in. And the cake mix will basically absorb this. And now I'm adding my cake mix on top. And I'm adding just 1/2 of the bag. If you want to make a full 9x13 pan, you can basically double the ingredients for this recipe. And now I'm just going to smooth over that cake mix on top of everything evenly. So off to the side, I diced up some cubes of butter. And now I'm just going to place that on top. And that's going to melt into everything and make it nice and gooey and delicious. So to add that crunch factor, I'm just grabbing a handful of chopped pecans, and I bought them chopped, but I want them a little bit more chopped up, so I'm just kind of like chopping them by hand a little bit to go on top. And I don't want too many pecans because too many just kind of like is too much for me. But if you would like, you can add as many pecans, or you can do walnuts. That's a good option as well. And also for this dish, if you want to make it strawberry, peach, anything, it's basically kind of like a dump cake. If you've ever had that, it's basically the same concept as a dump cake, but the way I have grown up calling it is a blueberry crunch cake. So I got my chopped pecans now, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them on top of my butter, and then we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 45 to 60 minutes. So it's all done. You see that blueberry lava just poking through that cake mix, and the pecans on top. It's nice and golden brown and buttery. And so now I'm just gonna pair this with some vanilla ice cream, and I'm just gonna enjoy it while it's nice and warm. I let it sit out for about 10 to 15 minutes, so it wouldn't be too hot, because it is piping hot, scorching hot actually. So I just kind of let it rest, but it'll still be warm, and it's going to pair well with this vanilla ice cream. So now we're just going to break into this thing and scoop it right on top. But this was so good, so nice and gooey and buttery. It has the crunch from the pecans, whatever. I'm a country girl, like I've stated before. Pecans is how I say it. So it's pecans on top, and it is so good with the sweetness from the blueberries and the pineapple as well. Give this recipe a try. You will not be disappointed, and thanks for watching.